You know that feeling? The one where you're just completely overwhelmed? The modern world throws so much at us. Work, family, just trying to keep up. It can feel like you're carrying this huge weight all the time. But how do you know when that weight is just a really bad week versus something more? So, have you ever felt just totally wiped out? Or maybe you're irritable all the time, or there's this cloud of sadness that just won't seem to go away no matter what you do. Yeah, a lot of us have been there. And the first thing we usually tell ourselves is, it's just stress, right? We think. I just need to power through this, or if I can just get one good night's sleep, I'll be fine. And hey, sometimes that's all it is. But what happens when it's not? That line between really intense stress and actual depression can get super blurry, and not knowing the difference can stop us from getting the help we really need. So to really get to the bottom of this, we need to first understand what stress even is. Because here's the thing, stress isn't automatically a bad guy. It's actually a totally normal part of being human. Think of stress as your body's built-in alarm system. A big deadline pops up at work, or you have to have a tough conversation. Your brain hits a button that releases hormones like adrenaline. That's your classic fight or flight response, and it's designed to give you that jolt of energy and focus to get through the challenge. It's a completely normal biological reaction. And a little bit of that pressure, it can be great. It can make you sharper, more focused, more productive. But there's a catch. What happens when that alarm system just never, ever turns off? See, it's all about balance. The right amount of stress can be a motivator, but too much stress for too long, well, that pushes us right over a tipping point. And that's when a helpful response turns into something really destructive. You can really see that journey here. First, you're in that sweet spot, optimal stress, where you're on your A game. But if there's no relief, you slide into overload. You start feeling exhausted, you're not as effective. Keep going down that path, and you hit burnout. And that's a state of complete mental, physical, and emotional depletion. And this is so important to understand. That burnout stage is where the door really opens up to depression. They aren't the same thing, but chronic, relentless stress can absolutely be a trigger. It just wears down your defenses until you're vulnerable to something much more serious. So, how can you tell the difference? How do you know if you're just dealing with a really long bout of stress or if you're tipping into depression? Well, there are 6 key areas we can look at that really help tell them apart. Okay, let's break this down. With stress, it's usually temporary, and you can point to why you're feeling that way. And even when you're stressed, you can probably still enjoy a good movie or dinner with friends. But with depression, you've got this deep, persistent sadness that sticks around for at least 2 weeks, and it just sucks the joy out of everything. The sleep thing is a big one, too. With stress, a good rest can actually make you feel better. With depression, you could sleep for 10 hours and still wake up feeling completely exhausted. And notice the shift in feelings. Stress is about frustration with your situation. Depression turns inward, with these heavy feelings of guilt and worthlessness. Now, all of these differences are really important to know, but there are some signals, some major red flags that mean it's time to get help and to get it immediately. This is it. This is the clearest, most undeniable line in the sand between being overwhelmed by life and dealing with a serious medical condition that needs attention. 50%. Just take a second and let that number really sink in. 50%. Think about it. Someone under extreme stress might say, I just wish this pressure would stop, but they typically don't think about ending their own life. For up to half of all people with depression, though, thoughts about self-harm can become a recurring, invasive part of their experience. If this is happening to you or to someone you care about, that is a crystal clear sign to reach out for professional help right now. This is not something you should ever have to face alone. But here's the hopeful part. Just recognizing these signs, just understanding what's going on, that is a massive first step toward getting better. It gives you the power to take the right actions. So what does that path to feeling better actually look like? So the way forward is usually a mix of things. Simple stuff like getting some exercise, trying to stick to a routine, or practicing mindfulness can make a huge difference. Learning how to set boundaries and say no is also a game changer. But honestly, the single most important step you can take is often seeking professional help. And let's be absolutely clear about this. Reaching out for help, whether it's to a friend, a family member, or a doctor, is an incredible act of strength. It is you taking control of your own health and saying, I deserve to feel better. So, I'll leave you with this one question. Your mind and body are sending you signals all the time. That exhaustion, that irritability, that sadness that won't lift, those aren't signs that you're failing. They're messages. They're telling you something. The real question is, are you taking the time to truly listen?
Health is the most precious gift. If this video helped you or someone you love, please like, subscribe, and share so more families can stay safe and healthy.